This is Mita, your Synastry expert, and this is the channel of Synastry. This is the way I look at relationships, your relationship with whoever, could be your lover, your husband, family member, colleague, enemy. This is all what I do here. I also specialize in predictions, and due to that, today the segment is a bit different. I am focusing on Synastry headlines and seeing from a prediction point of view what would be taking place in terms of your favorite celebrities or your well-known people. I will be starting off with 4 couples today, or 4 subjects today, and as we go and continue with the segments, I'll bring you more and more of headlines, Synastry headlines, when it comes to your celebrities. This is where I do predictions using astrology, and therefore everything that I say here is alleged. It is simply based on astrology. I am reading the planets and what they say, the stars pointing us to the future or the possible future. And we must remember that everything that I say, I'm looking at this side because I have my notes, and whatever I'm saying right now, it doesn't really need the notes. It's just the names of the people that I will be talking about. Now we must remember that everything that I do say here is for research purposes only, and the celebrities that I use on this channel, I use them for research purposes only. And therefore, with all that said, I will be having Sidney Sweeney and Braun on our today's lineup. I also do have Kravitz and Harry Styles. I will be revisiting the Synastry because the other day I was not feeling like I should do the progressions, but today I do have the accord that I can do today. And I will be also looking at Meagan and Jonathan Majors, because I want to call upon their fans to remember my previous prediction. And lastly, I will be looking at Offset, and also pertaining to my past prediction regarding to that. So today we are only focusing on Synastry and your pop culture, and let's dive in and see what will be happening in the headlines in terms of your favorite celebrities, but from an astrological point of view, pure astrology calculated by hand. Now let's go. So let's start now, starting with Sidney Sweeney and Braun. What I do see here is good positive influence when it comes to finances from his chart. He's actually overlaying his moon on her 2nd house, and this is the house of finances, and this is where moon gets exalted. So Braun is very nice for her in terms of finances and resources and family life, obviously. And with that moon overlaying in her 2nd house, high chances of being family together. I also do see that within the next 3 years there is a marriage or wedding on the cards here. However, the actual engagement itself could be taking place just up until from this year until the end of 2026. So I also do see that when it comes to the bedroom, they have a wonderful bedroom lifestyle, because he places his Lilith in her 12th house of the bedroom, which gets conjunct with her Venus and Mars. Both planets, they enjoy Lilith, particularly in this house of the 12th house. This is where things get down. this way things will really get down. And I do see though, however, because she's got Chiron there, there could be some maybe unconscious wounding, or things that do come up later on in the relationship that would be suppressed for some time, and with time then they get revealed. That would be haunting, so to speak. I also do see that people will continue to talk and criticize Sidney as long as she's with Scooter Braun. This is due to his get-to overlaying in her 11th house, in her 3rd house of Capricorn, whereby she's got a cluster of planets. I am asking you to follow through. I won't be placing pointers, but I am having these charts up for you to have a look at. I also do see that when it comes to the relationship itself, I see quite a lot of turbulence and some fights, bickering from time to time, and this is due to his Mars overlaying in her 7th house of Taurus. This is a house of relationships, and of course the house of spouse. However, due to it being in Taurus, I can see that there would be fighting or arguing or not coming into an agreement, or Scooter Braun controlling her when it comes to finances, family life, and its direction. So this is quite evident here, very clear. But as I said, everything is alleged, by the way, from the get-go until the end. I also do see that when it comes to Scooter Braun, I see that around the age of 45, he could be having quite nice celebration here, something to celebrate about. And this could be about his profession, but also about love life, whereby maybe he could be enjoying an engagement, news about a kid if he wants, but definitely it may also impact Sidney or influence her or benefit her quite big. I see that coming up for them. What I also do see is that the wealth will increase definitely for both of them after 2029. So at this time, their wealth will just go up to the roof, to the skies. So from now, from 2029. So right now, bickering, getting together, which is normal for new relationships. People, when they start to get together, they still trying to find each other's fit, and quite normal. Now we go to the next one on our list, that is Harry Styles as well as Zoe Kravitz. Looking at their progressions and predictions, I do see that their synastry requires them to have a project together. So it could be a work project, or it could be acting. I don't know, because he's a singer, she's an actress, so I don't know how would that merge or translates into working together. But I do see that on their cards it is heavy. He's certain requires them to work together somehow, somewhere. I don't know how, but it would be something that obviously is being known by the community, that people get to see, get to appreciate, or get to watch as well, and it would bring them quite a lot of profits. I do see that. So that is there for them when it comes. Oh, by the way, talking about Sidney and Scooter Braun, I do see possibilities of wanting to have children together, and that is quite visible just after, I would say, like a minor breakup. I didn't want to say this part, but because I was seeing it, but I didn't want to say it, and now it's just coming out. So I do see that, they would have to face a minor breakup, and then that baby part would be activated, and they would want to get into the baby zone. So, and that is expected, I may not say the time, but within the next 2 years, from today. So that is possible. Now going back to Zoe Kravitz and Harry Styles, as I said, when it comes to them, also the baby news to be anticipated, expected. It wouldn't be surprising to me. Going on to Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors. Remember, I have done their Synastry as well in 2024, but because 2026 is upon them, I just want everybody to collectively come together and pray for them and their relationship and their love and their marriage, because from the astrological point of view, this is not a good year. This is a critical time, but because prayer helps and she's a prayer woman, I do understand that we can shift things around. Energies change, energies can be moved, not change, but they can be shape shifted, so people can gather and just shape shift energies towards positivity in this couple's life and marriage and relationship, of course. And moving on to our last point today, we are having offset. November, December, January, February, these are critical months for offset. And I had obviously spoken about this in my prior predictions, particularly I did say it would be December and January, but November, February also are just months to watch out for, and we can collectively just come together and bring good energies around these people, and do light up a candle, or say a prayer for them. And so that is what's on the headlines today. I will be coming back to you with more headlines, because this is how I think I want to go forward when it comes to Synastry in terms of explaining on YouTube, and therefore I can make it more of like a one segment, but with a lot of people, dealing with a lot of people, and not take one analysis per video and then do another one. But in this way I can talk about different people and highlight what the Synastry is bringing to the table, instead of showing you what you can see yourself. So, but I always try new things. Let's see how it goes. For now, I must say thank you, merci, and I'll chat to you soon. À bientôt. Ciao.